Hey, yo, it's Adrian Hernandez, 1140 The Bet, and all of our Audacy Las Vegas stations joining us now. I'm very excited. Hannibal Buress, aka, and I hope I get the pronunciation right, Eshu Tune. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. The new single Knee Brace is out now, and Hannibal's going to be here tomorrow, this Saturday at the usual place right across the street from Fremont Street. And you can get your tickets at eshutune.com. That is ECHUTUNE.com. And first and foremost,
ESHUTUNE.
thank you very much on the pronunciation. My C's and my S's, I mess up. So thank you for that. And as we start, I thought we were all getting evicted last night from Twitter. We were all signing each other's yearbook. Like, we're going to see you soon. I don't know what app. And I know it's still up and running for now, but are you going to miss Twitter if it goes away permanently like we all think it is?
I don't think it's going away permanently, but also, nah, I'll be good, man. It's other stuff. It's probably it'd probably be good to have one less social media.
No, to be honest, yeah, straight up. Are you on TikTok? Because that's the one that I like. I'm trying to learn, and that's like way too crazy.
I'm on there sometimes. I consume more than I create on there, which is a bad ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on there, but it got a lot of informative stuff. TikTok is, I know it used to be more of the dance app, but it's evolved a bit, and so there's a lot of just great information for whatever you want to see on there. There's still some wild stuff, but I enjoy it. But yeah, if Twitter went away, yeah, it's okay.
I like the positive outlook on that, because people, I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of like, what am I going to do with all this content? But it's still YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, there's so many things, and there's other ones too that aren't as gone yet, man. That shit, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
People like, go get if you anything, make sure if you have a fan base, get them to your newsletter now. You don't want to lose.
Hannibal is freaking out so much it went on mute. There we go. Now we can hear you. Real quick, let's get into the music, man. And number one, I'm super happy, and I'm not surprised that it happened. I used to listen to the Handsome Rambler a lot, and of course, you'd freestyle, do your thing during these episodes and stuff. But I'm curious, was it the pandemic that kind of got you to be like, okay, I have the time and I need to do this? Was it the fact of going like, well, what if I try this, or what if I don't? And like not wanting to have that regret? Like, what made you go into this music thing properly?
It was a mixture of those. I think it was the pandemic just allowed me to focus, and since I wasn't moving around and I wasn't really trying to do, I did a drive-in tour that I didn't have a great time on, and I wasn't taking any television or film really outside of a day on Spider-Man in 2021. So it was just, I could focus on it finally, because I've been talking about putting out a project since probably 2012, 13. But just how I was operating throughout that time, I never found the time. The time was there, but I just never just structured
zoned in on it. Yeah.
I was zoned in on it just because so much going on. So yeah, I always wanted to do it. And I just started going to the studio because the studio was still fun to go to the studio in late 2020 and 2021, while everything else kind of had this, oh, William, you're gonna get sick everywhere. And if you're doing a show, stitched to everybody, 4 people on this side of the room, 4 people on that side of the room, that's the show. But the studio, once you get in there and you settle in for a little bit, it's kind of a dope space, no matter what's going on outside. And so I was able to finally lock in and work on it. I always want, and I enjoy it all the time, man. It's just I enjoy being in there. I enjoy being in a soundproof space where you can't hear nothing else that's happening. Like, I like being in here right now, even if it's just to tinker with something or just play video games. I like not
helps you focus, right?
It just helps me be. I don't even need to focus on that. Even if it's just focusing on me and my piece, it's nice. It's a nice space.
And I'm wondering, like, coming out of Chicago, obviously, like when it comes to hip hop, there's a massive scene. It's the holidays now, right? And you've worked on Chance's holidays mixtapes. I'm a big fan of Saba. And so many other artists from the city. I'm curious, is there anyone you leaned on for advice or just even had conversations with about music and like, hey, this should be your plan, this should be the rollout, et cetera, or just advice?
No, nobody I really leaned on. Um, I would send songs to folks. I would send songs to T-Pain sometimes, and he was helpful on just, you know, or patient. Sometimes I'll send him stuff that I probably shouldn't have sent him. I would send him 14-minute versions of songs and stuff like that. I send a lot of people a 14-minute version of Kept About Three. But I
That's
sent
how
it.
you close out the first album, right? You do a 20-minute verse. Like, I mean, it's been done before. I like it.
It's been done. I thought about it. It almost Back in the City, which was on the last track on the project, has a 30-minute freestyle version. There's actually two different 30-minute freestyles I did to that beat that kind of loosed, and they might surface at some point. I might surface
There's
on
some NFTs. I like it.
my subscription newsletter that I'm doing because Twitter is dead. I'm gonna die. Also, if Twitter dies, I'm killing myself.
Oh man, Hannibal, you can't be doing that, bro. I want to ask you about your name.
On the
First,
game.
first of all, I like how you differentiate from Hannibal to Eshu Tune because I can imagine it kind of helps you put you in the space for either or. And we've seen that before with like Donald Glover and Childish Gambino. But the origins of the name, where did it come from?
Eshu is the trickster god from Nigerian mythology. And so I looked up African mythology and that popped up, and I just really connected with the description of it. He's a benevolent trickster god.
I love it. And your new single, Knee Brace. I have to ask you, did anybody rock a knee brace better than Stone Cold Steve Austin?
That's a solid question. That's a solid question. I really, you know, haven't thought about it that much, about just popular figures that have rocked knee braces. And
He did his thing because it was always a part of the outfit. Like we never knew if he was hurt. It was just like an extension to the trunk. So
yeah, it was just like that was part of it, just like the beer band.
yeah, no, 100%. And yo, this is gonna be a little random, so pardon me, but I recently switched over to Bing as my primary search engine.
Okay.
Because they give you points. I got an Xbox, so it like helps me get Xbox Live for free.
Bing gives you points for searching or just for using it?
No, for searching it, for using it. Look, we struggling around here. I got a kid, you know what I'm saying? Wherever I could save money, you know. So someone said, yo, use Bing. I'm like, for what? And so just searching stuff, you get points, but they also every day they do these quizzes about like just random pop culture facts, just random things, right? 10 questions. Yesterday, I got 5 out of 10 right. And it told me not bad. Good job on your performance during this quiz, which I got a 50%. Shouldn't Bing have like a higher standard for myself and my performance for these quizzes?
I feel like Bing should be happy that you're participating in their arbitrary just questions and whatnot. You're using the lesser used search engine, which not to say that it's worse or better, but you're taking a shot on the internet underground kind of. And so what? So what? You participated in that, in the fun of it, you know?
This is
That's
true.
yeah, and you're letting them data mine and everything. So what? If you get one of them questions right, they should be like, thank you for participating in the Bing quiz. We can't believe you're here again.
And I can't believe I'm about to say this on air. Rest in peace to Ask Jeeves too, now that we're at it.
Is it but wait, isn't it just ask.com and they just Jeeves?
We about to find out. If they just took out the Jeeves, that
I
seems
think
like
it's just ask.com and Jeeves needs to be RIP.
Ask.com, what's your question? Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like if I click one of these links, this Zoom call is gonna end and I'm gonna get hacked. But I do think it is ask.com. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Yeah, I do want to know in writing, whether it's music or in comedy, like what's the difference for you going back and forth?
the difference is that you don't need the audience as much to write the music. You need them to see to feel the finish, but you can kind of gauge that a little bit through playing the track for people. But in stand-up, you can write the initial bit, and then the live audience reaction can kind of guide you writing more on stage. But then sometimes that additional that you write might not work for a different crowd sometimes too.
Well, it has to be like completely different going from comedy and doing a rap show, like the audience participation and what you want out of a crowd, right?
Yeah, well, I had to get out of the monologue aspect of comedy. So it helped me have some performance chops while doing music, but I wasn't doing the hey, say that or that, hey, yeah, say that or that, because you used to just doing comedy and telling your bits. So yeah, it's that part of it of just giving, and then when people don't know the songs, kind of guiding them into it a little bit before, instead of just rapping at them blindly all the time, which you can do for some tracks, but if they don't know it and you want just like, hey, this is the hook right here, da 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 da, and just doing that for 15-30 seconds before a track, I learned can help out your show a bunch, because you just have to help people get with your music. If they don't know it, you want them to go away wanting to stream it, like that song was fun, I wonder what that is. So that part of it is dope, and it's nice to just know that it, just planting seeds as a performer, because folks aren't used to seeing me in that way. So a lot of folks even come to shows thinking that they're getting a comedy show, and then I'm rapping, and so
which is what's gonna happen on Saturday, right? We rapping. This is gonna be a rap show on Saturday, correct?
Show, yeah. I don't, yeah, it's a rap show, and so yeah, it's nice to surprise people and convert some folks, because I know some folks might come because they actually like the song. Some folks might come because they know the name and they're curious. Some people might come to be like, I want to come here to hate and see if he's terrible. And so, everybody can buy a ticket though.
Yeah, exactly. Real quick though, you were on stage with Black Thought and the Roots. I need to know how that was, because that's like some legendary shit. I'm gonna bleep that out.
Yeah. It was wild, man. It was a really cool moment. It was super fast. I did my verse from 1-3 pocket. I wish I did something more double time. I had something else that I think would have fit better. It was wild to be up there rapping with. He washed me up real quick. I didn't know if I was supposed to go again at him, but I wasn't really prepared. I would have. Now I know for that type of. I think I did all right. I'm not mad at how I did, but I know I could have done way better. But I had a good time, and shout out to all of them for giving me the opportunity.
No, that's legendary. And before we get you out of here, just a few more questions. One thing I do appreciate about your music is your use of the English language and some of the words that you put in the songs. Just this week, I don't know if you know the dictionary, Merriam-Webster. I don't know which one did it, Merriam or Webster, but they added words onto the dictionary. So I'm gonna give you a few and tell me which one you're most likely to use in the song. So first one's yeet. Second one is shrinkflation.
Shrinkflation.
3 is
shrinkflation. You leave the nation.
He's already starting. This next one, I feel like with your Marvel connection, like it's already a given subvariant.
Yeah. Shrinkflation. You need Satan. I had a friend in 3rd grade. He beat Nathan.
How about oat milk? You got anything with oat milk?
Oat milk feel too regular. Like,
you know what? I can't do this. I can't just be like, hey, rap for me, because like it's the same thing. You're comedian.
But no, you know what it is? It was not. I'm not against rapping. It's just compared to shrinkflation.
That's the hot one out of this, because underbanked is the last one.
Underbanked?
Yeah, I don't know what it means, but it's in there.
Underbanked. Your mother stank.
Well done.
Underbank, your mother stank. The others bank. Oh, that's the same thing. No. All right. Underbank.
Listen, I got you something to
Bank
work on
with
now.
the oat
Before
milk.
on the flight to Vegas, you got some stuff to work on. We'll see if we'll hear this at the show.
We're taking Greyhound to Vegas.
What? Stop playing with me, bro. You gonna be here on Sunday, dog.
We on a mega bus. We leaving in 15 minutes. The mega bus. Meet me at the Greyhound station. It'll be us. We need some help carrying equipment and bring just some moist towelettes because it's gonna probably the AC on the bus is gonna be weird. So we're gonna need some help.
It is cold out here, though. I will say, bring some jackets, bro,
Oh.
because it's like 45 right now.
Okay, I'm at peace with that. As long as there ain't no snow, I'm good.
Yeah, no, straight up. Okay, last question. And by the way, shout out to anyone who's ever took the mega bus, the Phoenix to Vegas or San Diego for $14.99. Those were hard times, but you're better for it, for experiencing that. Before we get you out of here, I don't want specifics. I'm not trying to get into your bank account, but if these Marvel checks that you've gotten in your career were healthy, can you cough and like just raise a hand to confirm that? I'm just curious.
They were cool, but it's not. I'm like not. The residuals that pop up are cool, but they're not. I'm not Spider-Man.
Have fans like sent you a toy though? Like do we got merch? Anybody like create some merch?
I think that we signed some. There was some cards that I signed that they ended up like some limited edition playing cards with Coach Wilson on them that I signed this out. Some of them on eBay I saw. Sometimes I check eBay to see what stuff I signed is going for.
I'm gonna have you sign a napkin at the show, Hannibal. Look, we appreciate you this Saturday, the usual place right across the street from Fremont. On the video, the links below. We'll have it on the podcast and everything. Hannibal, this is an honor. Appreciate you and all your art and the entertainment throughout the years.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Doc.